What up, squad? Welcome back to the channel. So I got some bad news for you. A lot of what you think you know about the weight loss process is absolutely false. And I think the more you understand the truth, the nuances, the pitfalls, potential pitfalls, the better prepared you will be to navigate such challenges. So in this video, I'm going to reveal the 20 brutal truths about the weight loss process so that you can better equip yourself mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally for this process. It's one of the most rewarding processes, but it's actually, and also one of the most challenging processes. With that being said, hit the goddamn like button right now because this video is going to be fire. I don't know if I'll get through all 20 because I want to make sure I'm giving each one the attention and the reverence that it deserves. So I may do a two-part series. I'm going to get through as many of them as I possibly can. Without further ado, let's jump right into it. So the first one, if you're on a mission to lose anywhere north of 40 to 50 pounds, weight loss has to be priority number one in your life. You cannot part-time this shit. You can't try to give it a half-ass effort. It can't be third or fourth in the pecking order of importance in your life. You have to value this number one, because here's why. It's going to require you to set some non-negotiable goals for yourself. There has to be this element of fucking I am sticking to this shit no matter whatness in order for you to achieve such an auspicious goal. You have to have non-negotiables. You have to have things that are in place. Hey, no matter what, I am going to exercise 4 to 5 times per week. No matter what, I am going to make sure I eat a certain amount of vegetables and drink a certain amount of water every day, no matter what. I don't give a fuck if there's a hurricane coming through here. I have to do these things. Those elements are required in a weight loss journey. And if this weight loss situation isn't priority number one, there's no way you're going to be able to honor non-negotiables. There's going to be life. Life is going to life. That's what the fuck life does. There's going to be people coming in town. There's going to be holidays. There's going to be potlucks at work. There's going to be things happening. If you don't prioritize this over everything else, life is going to continue to wash away your goals. It's going to continue to take precedent over this goal. So again, mentally lock yourself in. This has to be the number one most important thing over work, over your spouse, over your kids, over God. I'm being extreme here, but you get the point. All right, the second brutal truth. Weight loss will not fix your shit. I used to have this idea that once I lost 150 pounds, my credit was going to get better. I was going to find the woman of my dreams. No more depression, no more anxiety. I was going to love myself. I was going to love my life. No. That shit is not true. I'm sorry to burst your bubble. If you don't start building your confidence in your current state, if you don't start loving yourself in your current state, if you don't start addressing your mental health issues in your current state, in your current body, weight loss is not going to automatically be this magical thing that fucking fixes everything. It's just not. I used to think that. It's not. During the weight loss process, I want you to prioritize addressing your mental health issues. I want you to prioritize addressing your financial issues, your emotional battles that you're facing, like delving into your shadows. You want to do all of that shit during the weight loss process so that as you build this new body and you build these new habits, you're able to meet yourself, this new version of yourself physically with a new version of yourself spiritually, emotionally, psychologically as well. The third brutal truth, neglecting your skin is a big mistake. So for me, weight loss, right? Eating healthy, exercise was the first domino in my self-care journey. From weight loss, it led to me starting to care more about my skin, right? We don't just think about what's happening on the inside. We gotta think about what's happening on the surface. And thank God, Teach Haley is the sponsor of today's video. And they are the ones who introduced me to skincare. Prior to Teach Haley, I had no routine. And because for me, it was very intimidating. It was too complex. Teach Haley made that extremely simple, right? They have this card that breaks down exactly how to use the system. So there's absolutely no ambiguity in this process. They tell you what to do step by step. I started with the level 1 system. I think you should as well. It comes with the daily face wash, an AM moisturizer, a PM moisturizer, exfoliating scrub, and there's a few other things in that initial package. And right now they have a special offer for my viewers. On your first pack, you can get 40% off your first skincare system. And then every order after that, you get 20% off. Plus you get a free gift in the first order. So take advantage of that right now. This is an extremely amazing deal. So click that link and take advantage, all right? Thank you, C. Hanley, for sponsoring today's video. Hard truth number 4, you are most likely addicted to food and have a very toxic relationship with food. The most prominent way that this shows up for most of us is emotional eating. And if you don't address your relationship with food from this place of understanding that you may struggle with emotional eating, then no diet, no weight loss program is gonna be a solution for you, because it's easy to mask that shit while we grind it out for 2 to 3 months. The issues that caused you to be overweight in the first place, the issues that you have in your complex relationship with food, is not gonna go away with some diet. Making sure that you're addressing these issues while you're in the process of losing weight is going to be absolutely key for sustaining your weight loss, right? Because if you don't heal the issues that you have in your relationship with food, right? If you kind of just willpower your way through it and kind of just tuck it away for 3 months or 4 months, it's going to resurface. And normally when you regain the weight back, that's why, right? You didn't address the root of the issue. You did not improve your relationship with food. You did not heal mentally or emotionally, which causes, right? Because that's your programming. Your programming, the way you think, the way you feel about yourself, your attitude, your beliefs, that's what creates your body. So if you don't change that stuff and you just try to willpower your way through a 2 to 3 month, 4 month, grind where you're trying to lose weight, naturally that programming, the mental and emotional belief systems and those things that I just mentioned, is going to call back that body that it built before, right? So we have to address this from the root, which is mental, emotional. Make sure you're doing your journaling. Make sure you're doing your meditating. Make sure you're getting accountability and coaching, and all of these things is super important. Number 5, your attitude and your belief about weight loss is going to make or break you in this journey. As cliche as this shit sounds, if you have a negative mindset, if you are pessimistic, if you are always focused on your failures, if you're always coming up with reasons why you're not going to be able to achieve weight loss, guess what? You will never be able to outcompete your mind, your attitude, your beliefs, your outlook, your mindset. If you are not mentally focused, if you're not mentally dialed in to success, success will not happen for you. You have to challenge the negative thought patterns. The first step is being aware of them. But once you are aware of them, you start to use things like affirmations or journaling exercises in order to build up your mental fortitude, your mental strength. You start to build the belief that you can actually achieve it, because without the belief, it won't happen. It just fucking won't. Number 6, avoiding your emotions will screw you over. If you're anything like me, you were raised around men who did not allow you to feel your feelings. You couldn't cry. Be a fucking man. Toughen up. That's bullshit. Because a lot of the times when we don't accept and acknowledge our emotions, what we do, we fucking eat them. Being in tune with your emotions and understanding how to leverage emotional intelligence to navigate the fucking challenges of the weight loss process is going to be key. You gotta be able to do that. You have to understand what's happening. So don't be afraid to sit with your emotions, start to analyze what's going on, start to pick up on patterns, because this sort of healing is necessary if you're going to change your behaviors, if you're going to change your eating habits. Because a lot of us, we're so emotionally connected to food that when you don't address your emotions, you'll totally miss the fact that you're overeating and you're binging and all of these things because of emotional reasons. You'll miss it. So be present with your emotions. Don't be afraid to kind of sit with them and question them and understand them, because that's vital information. If you're going to change your body, you have to learn to process your emotions. That way you can free yourself from the addiction of using food to process your emotions, or to avoid your emotions, I should say. You got to free yourself from that. Learn how to sit with and cope with and process your emotions. Are you a driven, ambitious person, but you also struggle a little bit with your health? Have you been on this roller coaster of weight loss fails and feeling frustrated and lost, and at times you just feel hopeless, like maybe I'm just supposed to be fat? I remember having that thought. Trust me, I know how frustrating that feels, and I want to help you break free from that cycle. I've helped so many of my clients get over that mental and emotional hurdle so that they can finally reach their weight loss goals and keep the weight off for good. So if you're ready to commit to your health, if you're at the place where you reach your breaking point, then I want to talk to you.
click the link in the description to sign up for a free discovery call. This is going to be an opportunity to connect with me one-on-one. So this is only for the person who is truly ready to commit to themselves and invest in their health. Don't let another day pass feeling frustrated. You don't have to feel lost anymore. There is support out here, and I want to be a part of your success story. So click the link and sign up for a discovery call. Now is the time. No more procrastinating. It's time to lock in. Let's go.
Number 7, and this is one of my famous mottos: consistency over intensity, or consistency over perfection. The fact that we want things to be so perfect all the time, and we expect this process to be very like fucking linear, like, oh, I'm gonna lose 5 pounds every single week and every week until I lose 100 pounds. No, nigga, that shit don't work like that. It just doesn't. You have to mentally prepare yourself for the ups and downs of a weight loss journey. You have to mentally prepare yourself for failures. You're going to fail. It's just a part of any sort of success journey. You're going to fail. But you have to look at that as opportunities to learn things about yourself. When you fail, sit, reflect. Why did I do so and so, right? How did I end up off the path? You take that information and now you can strategize going forward. But you have to accept the fact that it's going to be imperfect and prioritize consistency. You have to use consistency as your metric for success versus it being this perfect, process. It doesn't fucking work that way. Hard truth number 8. Listen, I don't care how much training you do, how much cardio you do, how much journaling you do, how much meditating you do. If your nutrition is not on point, you're not going to successfully lose weight. You have to understand nutrition. You have to learn it. You have to understand macros. You have to make sure you're getting enough protein. You have to get enough fiber. You got to educate yourself on nutrition because you cannot outrun a bad diet. It doesn't matter what you do. If the math isn't messing, your weight loss is not going to happen for you. So really take the time to learn about your body, learn about nutrition, learn how different amounts of fiber and protein and carbs affect you. And you got to do the due diligence to understand nutrition if you're going to successfully lose weight. Number 9, your circle will fuck you over. You have to be extremely intentional about who you spend your time with, who you allow in your bubble while you're in the middle of a weight loss journey. You got to understand the influence that your social environment has on your results. It has such a direct influence on that. What do you choose to do in your spare time? Listen, one of the biggest hacks I've ever fucking learned in helping you lose weight is to start to hang out with fit people. If all of your friends, they do the same shit, they want to drink and eat all weekend, they're not doing anything active, they're not having positive conversations about progressing their health and progressing their life. If these are the type of people you hang out with, listen, bro, you are making it 100 times harder for yourself. Now, I understand we have these attachments to people and it's kind of hard to let them go, but listen, you got to choose you. Surround yourself with people who are moving in the direction that you're trying to go. It's absolutely vital. Last one, progress is a fucking roller coaster. I alluded to this a little bit earlier. There's nothing linear. There's nothing predictable about a weight loss process. There are going to be some months you lose 12 pounds. There's going to be some months you lose 2 pounds. There's going to be some months you put on 3 pounds. That's just the nature of this shit. It's unpredictable. So if you can just lock in, accept that weight loss will have its ups and downs, focus on celebrating the small victories. Literally, as cliche as this shit sounds, taking it a day at a time. Don't stress yourself out thinking about the future. Next week, next month, be present right now. Don't fucking stress over whatever mess up you made last week or how crazy you binged last weekend. Let that shit be in the past. Focus on what you can do today and do that every day. Try to get a little bit better every day. Try to make a little bit of progress every day, every week, every month, and you allow time to do its thing. And then you'll look up a year later, however many months later, and you'll have a totally different body, a totally different mindset, totally different life. Trust me. All right. Hopefully that was helpful. Guys, hit the like button. I'm going to finish this, right? I'm going to do a part 2. Let me know if you want me to do part 2 because I have 10 more of these very fucking important truths for you to understand about the weight loss process. And I want to share them with you. And as always, remember the body that you want is owned by a higher version of yourself. So evolve. Peace.